Have you ever looked at something and just thought, wow, that works? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and learn the visual language behind absolutely everything you see. From the logo on your coffee cup to the layout of your favorite app, they're all built from the same few simple ingredients. And once you see them, you'll start seeing them everywhere. Okay, so let's start with a fun one. I want you to really think about this for a second. You've got this massive, soaring skyscraper on one hand, and on the other, you have this sleek little smartphone that fits right in your pocket. What on earth could those two things possibly have in common? And the answer? It's not some crazy riddle. It's design. Both of these incredibly different objects are built from the exact same 8 simple ingredients. It's like they share this fundamental visual DNA, an alphabet for everything we create. So let's learn that alphabet, shall we? By the end of this, you're not just going to see a poster or a web page anymore. You're going to see the choices, the thought process behind it. You'll start to get not just what you're looking at, but how it was all put together. First things first, we have to start with the structural foundation. Let's talk about dots and lines. I want you to think of these as the absolute skeleton of any design. Everything we see, and I mean everything, no matter how complex, starts right here with these two. It all begins with this, the dot. It's the simplest thing you can imagine, right? But it's so powerful. You put a single dot on a blank page, and suddenly that empty space isn't empty anymore. It's active. It has a focal point. It's the very atom of design. Okay, so what happens when you take that dot and pull it through space? You get a line. A line is just the path our eyes follow. And depending on what it looks like, if it's thick or thin or curvy or jagged, it can make us feel completely different things. It can feel calm and stable, or it can feel energetic and chaotic. And this just shows that versatility perfectly. Look on the left. You see all those sharp, straight lines creating that rigid, engineered power pylon. It just feels strong, right? Stable. Now look on the right. Those are just lines too, but they're so curved and flowing that they create this soft, organic hand. Same element, totally different vibe. So what happens when a line loops all the way around and connects back to itself? Boom, it creates a shape. A shape is just any two-dimensional enclosed space. They can be perfectly geometric, like a circle or a square, or they can be totally organic and free-flowing, kind of like a puddle or a cloud. Now, here's where it gets really cool. If you take a flat shape and give it a third dimension, depth, it becomes a form. And that distinction is so important. A square is a shape, but a cube is a form. A circle is a shape, a sphere is a form. It's the difference between something being flat and feeling like you could actually hold it. This image here just lays it all out perfectly. Shapes are flat, they're 2D, but forms, they have depth, they have volume, they feel like real objects that exist in our world. That leap from 2D to 3D is what makes a design feel tangible and, well, real. Okay, so we've got our skeleton, right? It's built from dots, lines, shapes, and forms. Now it's time to give it some personality. These next elements are what breathe life, emotion, and depth into a design. This is the fun part. First up is texture. Texture is all about the surface quality of an object. It's the element that speaks directly to our sense of touch. Is something rough? Is it smooth? Bumpy? Glossy? A really good design can make us feel that texture, even if we can't physically touch it. And there are 2 ways to think about this. Tactile texture is the real deal. You can actually run your fingers over it and feel the bumps and grooves. But then there is visual texture, which is basically a clever illusion. It's a flat 2D image that tricks your eyes into seeing texture that isn't really there. This is such a great example. On the left, that thick woven rope has real tactile texture. You can practically feel how coarse it is just by looking at it. But on the right, that colorful pattern is completely flat. There's nothing to feel. The design just creates the illusion of different textures. That's the magic of visual texture. All right, next up is maybe the most emotionally powerful element of them all, color. You see, color isn't just decoration. It's a language all its own. It can spark ideas, send messages, and make us feel certain things. From the intense energy of a bright red to the calm of a cool blue, it's one of a designer's most powerful tools. And designers use this tool, the color wheel, to make really smart choices. It all starts with just 3 primary colors: red, yellow, and blue. You can't create these by mixing other colors, but if you mix them together, you can create every other color you see on this wheel. But it doesn't even stop there. You can take any single pure color, which is called a hue, and create an entire family from it. Just add a little white and you get a lighter tint. Add some black for a darker shade, or add gray for a more muted tone. This is the secret to how designers create those really sophisticated and harmonious color schemes. Now, tied very closely to color is value. And put simply, value is just how light or how dark a color is. That's it. But it's what creates contrast, and contrast is absolutely essential for making a design easy to read and interesting to look at. Without a good range of values, a design just feels flat. This value scale shows that range perfectly. On one end, you have pure white, the lightest possible value, and on the other end, pure black, the darkest. Every single color has a value that fits somewhere on this scale. It's that contrast between the light and dark parts that gives a design depth and dimension. And finally, our eighth element, space. Now, this is a huge one that often gets overlooked. Space isn't just empty background. It's an active part of any design. It's all the area around and between your main subjects. We call the subject itself positive space, and all that area around it negative space. This sunflower is such a great way to get it. The flower itself, the main subject, that's the positive space. But just as important is all that white area around it. That's the negative space. That negative space is what defines the shape of the flower and gives our eyes a place to rest. A great design uses both of them on purpose. So there you have it. Those are the 8 fundamental elements of design. And this isn't just some list of words to memorize. It's a complete toolkit. It's the visual language that's used to build the entire world around us. Let's just run through them one last time. We have the dot, the line, the shape, the form, texture, color, value, and space. Just remember, every single thing you see that was designed by a person is just some combination of these 8 simple things. So, you've got the alphabet of visual language now. You can go out and read the world around you in a totally new way. But here's the best part. You can also start to write with it. So, the only question left is, what will you create?